Yo, what's up guys, James Hopkins here. Now in this video I'm going to teach you the 5 simple steps that you can follow to start your very own digital ad or SMMA business. Now these are literally the 5 steps that I personally have taken that catapulted and began my multiple 7-figure journey and enabled me to build an SMMA to multiple 5 figures per month, and the exact same process that I've also taught to literally hundreds of people who had no previous experience in starting their own business before. So these are the 5 simple steps. I'm just going to dive in and lay on the gold. Please do hit like, subscribe, share this video, and leave me a comment below. Ask me any questions that you have. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So let's just dive into the content. 5 simple steps. Let's dive in. Let's go. Let's get you started in your own SMMA business. So if you're wanting to start your very own SMMA or digital ad agency, as I call it, and potentially, bring on clients on board very, very quickly and quickly get up to, 5, 10, 15, even up to $20,000 per month with your own ad agency, then I'm going to walk you through the 5 simple steps that I literally followed and many of my hundreds of clients have followed to successfully start their own SMMA. And it's very simple, very straightforward. I'm going to take you through these 5 steps right now so that you can get started today in your step-by-step process of setting up your own SMMA digital ad agency. Now, step number 1 is, this is the very, very first thing that you need to do, and that is select a niche, right? Select a group of target types of businesses that you want to help and how you want to help them, what mechanism you're going to use to actually get them a result in your SMMA. Now, there are 2 parts to successfully choosing the right niche for you, the right profitable niche and the right niche that's going to give you what you actually want, of i.e. fulfillment from running your own business. So there's 2 sides to it, and this is really, really pivotal, because if you get this wrong, if you select the wrong niche, if you select a niche that's not profitable, if you select a niche that's hard to get results for, if you select a niche that you're not really passionate about working with, then that is going to bleed into your business over the coming, days, weeks and months that you try and persist with the type of business that you want to help. Now, how do you select the right niche? Well, I've got a video on that, and there'll be a link below in the description where you can get some specific advice on finding and choosing a right niche for you to set your business up for success. But I'm going to give you 2 points in this video right here that you need to bear in mind. And that is, number 1, the niche needs to be profitable. So the type of business that you're thinking about targeting, they need to make enough money to warrant paying you $1,000, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, even up to $5,000 per month for your SMMA or digital ad service. So first of all is profitability. How much money do those businesses typically make? Because if they don't make enough, guess what? They're not going to pay you the kind of rates that you can and should be charging in your own SMMA. So number 1 is profitability. Number 2 is, how aligned are you with that type of business? And what I mean by alignment here is, how much do you already know about or have in common with, or are genuinely interested in, the type of business that you're thinking about working with, or the type of industry that you're thinking about working in? Now, if you're not aligned with that industry, if you're not really interested in that industry, if you're not passionate about that industry, although in the early days you can experience and taste some success pretty quickly, over time, if you're not aligned, truly aligned with that niche, then over time, that's going to essentially affect your business, because you'll lose motivation. When things get tough, you'll question why you chose that niche in the first place, and things will get tough, so you need to be prepared for these eventualities. Now, if you want help, again, finding the right niche for you and learning how to pick a niche that you have alignment with, again, there'll be a video below in the description of this video that you can click and you can watch on alignment. Now, once you've selected the right niche for you, the second step is finding your first client. Now, many people ask me, how do you get your first client in your SMMA, in your digital ad agency, if you've got no previous experience, no credibility, no results, no proven track record, none of these things? How do you go about finding your first client? How do you go about building the experience that you need to sell your services? And really, there's a simple answer for this, and I call this your final product test. You need to find a client, you need to find a business who is prepared to work with you and let you work on their business for free, bringing new customers into their business for free while they cover any costs, ad spend, etc. So your service, your expertise, you're giving them a way to demonstrate that you know what you are doing, and to build results, build credibility, build testimonials, so that you can then use those results moving forward to actually sell your service. But if you don't know where to find your first client, again, there'll be a link in the description of this video that'll take you to a video that will show you exactly where to find what I call your final product test client, so that you can get your first client on board. So this will be for free, but again, in exchange for your time, your effort, your experience, your expertise, to build that credibility, build that knowledge, build that real world experience, you need to find a business that will let you work on their business and bring them new customers for free. And that's really not difficult. Check out that video in the description if you want help doing that too. Now, once you've got your niche selected, you've got your first client on board, your final product test client on board, it's then a case of getting them results. Now, the rest of your business and the rest of your success in your journey is going to be hinged on getting this client results. I mean, even if something goes wrong, you can always get another one. But my point is, once you've got this first client on board, it's now a case of getting them results using the right platform, using the right strategy, using the right process to actually get them results. And, you know, if you're familiar with me, or you work with me, or, you know, you've been in my zone of awareness for a while, then you'll be very familiar that, you know, in order to get clients results, we use 3 primary platforms: Facebook ads, Google ads, and LinkedIn as a service. Again, if you want more help with any of those 3 platforms, there will be links below in the description. But then it's about getting your first final product test client results, right? Because those results that you get them are what's needed and what's necessary, not just to turn that first free client, that first final product test client, into a paying client, but they're what's needed and what's necessary to find paying clients moving forward, because you need those results, you need that experience, you need that proof that you can do what you say you are going to do with your SMMA agency, with the services that you provide, so that people trust you enough to actually pay you what you want to be paid for your digital ad service moving forward. So in order to do that, we need to have actually gotten them good results in the first place. We need to have brought them leads, we need to have brought them inquiries into the business, and hopefully curated some sales that they wouldn't have had if it wasn't for working with you and being your final product test client. So step number 4 is converting that client that you've now got results for, that final product test client, into your first paying client. And to do that, we follow a very simple process. Again, there'll be a video below this video in the description which you can watch to help you in turning your final product test client into your first paying client. But that's really, you know, step number 4 is we want to then leverage those results that you've got for that client to onboard your first paying client, charging them between $1,000 and $5,000. Again, if you don't know how much to charge your clients, there will be another video in the description which will help you do that too. And if you've run, you know, your first campaign, and this can happen, especially when you're brand new, you're learning new skills, things don't always go perfectly to plan, right? If you've run a campaign for your final product test client and the results in step number 3 haven't quite been there, and you're going to struggle to turn them into your first paying client, do not panic, do not fear. This can happen, right? This is new to you. You're learning new skills, so don't expect miracles and to get everything right the first time around. If you haven't managed to convert your final product test client into a paying client, if you haven't got them results, that's no problem. Go back to step number 2 and get on board another final product test client. Again, work for free until you get it right. And when you do get it right, and even if you do get it right and you still struggle to turn that client or that first final product test client into your first paying client, again, this can happen as well. Business is about, and being an entrepreneur is about tackling problems and tackling challenges. So if that happens, do not fear. Again, you can just use now the results in step number 3 to onboard your first paying client without conducting another final product test, as long as those results were good enough. So step number 5 is now about getting from that first paying client, the second, the third, the fourth, and the fifth paying clients. Now, again, if you don't know where to find new clients, there will be links in the description of this video that will take you to other videos to give you ideas and tips and advice on where you can find further paying clients moving forward. But step number 5 is then to really leverage the results and the experience that you've gained from working with, going through this 5-step process to onboarding your 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th clients. And that's where things get really exciting. That's where you start hitting, you know, $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, even $20,000 per month. Now, this is the step-by-step process that I personally took myself through. I've developed, I've refined, I've perfected, and this is the step-by-step process that I've literally taken successfully hundreds of people from zero, knowing nothing about digital advertising, nothing about SMMA, to starting their very own business. Now, if you'd like help with any of these steps, I'm going to also drop a link below in the comments where you can book a time to speak with one of my coaching team to see if we can actually help you implement these 5 steps and just give you the answers to all of any of the questions that you could possibly have at any time. So if that interests you, click a link, choose a time to speak with my team, and we'll hope to speak to you there. If not, I'll see you on the next video.